Hello, this is Chris from SolidWorksTutorials.net. Today we'll be talking about the basic user interface for SolidWorks. Right now, as you can see, I'm using the 2014 version for this tutorial. However, 2015 is also very similar and can be used. For those of you who do not know what SolidWorks is, it is a 3D modeling program used by engineers and designers to develop new mechanical products. It offers a suite of additional packages that allow you to do finite element analysis, fluid dynamics, motion studies, and many other applications based on your requirements. Alright, so when you first start SOLIDWORKS, this is the main screen that pops up. You'll see here that there are two toolbars, one on the top left, one on the top right. We're going to start off by just going through the top right toolbar. Click on Forum. Here you can interact with other SOLIDWORKS users. It's a great resource for asking questions and getting quick feedback. You also have your Resources tab, which has your tutorials, your What's New, along with some other properties. Your Design Library is next, where you can import commonly used items. You've got your Toolbox and 3D Content Central, etc. File Explorer, we can look through the files that are on your system. This menu is for drawings, that's why it's not populating anything right now. And then you've got your appearances and scenes, and then custom properties, which I haven't filled out on here. Top left menu, you're going to go to File. In here you have your standard menu options where you have New, Open, and you have your recent documents. View is where you can turn on and off toolbars. This is going to be more important once we start opening up files. Tools, most important thing here is you can also get to your options menu here. You can also do macros, etc. And then help. SolidWorks actually comes with a set of built-in tutorials. These are really helpful to gain a basic understanding of the software and to get familiar with the interface. So if you haven't done these, I highly recommend that you do these before actually trying to work within SolidWorks. And then we have New and Open. Finally, Options. In the Options tab is where you have your general settings that SolidWorks uses, so file locations, things like that. So it's more like system settings for SolidWorks. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and create a new file. It's going to be a really basic flange, but let's go ahead and get started. So first we're going to go to File, New. This pop-up that shows up, this is your base templates for your individual files. So you have parts, assemblies, and drawings. These templates can be changed based on your individual requirements. However, most of the time, once you set your template up the first time, you don't have to continue. You'll work off that same template. Okay, there we go. So now we have our first part opened up. On here, you can see the front plane, top plane, right plane, and then your origin is in the center of the image. You have a ribbon up here. This is your main ribbon where the features that you use most frequently will be located. So under features, you have extrusions, you've got revolves, you've got sweeps, extrude cuts, etc. Under the sketch tools are used for sketching in 2 dimensions. So before you actually make your 3D, you have to make your features in 2 dimensions. So you use the sketch tools to do that. You may not see this one, depends on what settings you have, but on here I have surfacing, evaluating. That's in this toolbar. There are tools that allow you to measure properties and also do express calculations for stress and things like that. Next is Dimension Expert. This is going to be more applicable to drawings, but this is for your GD&T. And then Office Products, where you have photo view, and you can also access the toolbox here. So now let's go up to this top menu. This menu has changed around a little bit since we have created a new file. So if you go to File now, you have a whole lot of other options. So you have New, Open, Close. You can also make a drawing directly from this part once it's saved, and then you can also make assemblies directly off this part once it's saved. Edit, so copy, paste, suppressing features, things like that. View. Viewing, it allows you to turn on and off certain features. So if you want sketches to be shown or if you want planes to be shown, this is the section that you do it in. Inserting. Insert actually has all the same features as the ribbon the ribbon menu down here. It's just in a different location. So you can see you've got extrudes, revolves, cuts, features, etc. Tools, these are a little bit more advanced, and we'll go through these in later tutorials, but you can see some of the basic features that we're going to use is measure, select all, things like that. Window, if you're working with multiple parts, you can arrange your window span. Same thing with the help, or the help is the same as before. Then you have new, save, etc. This little red green light, that's to rebuild your model. So whenever you do a new feature, you might want to rebuild just to make sure things are functioning as they should. So now that we have kind of an understanding or a basic go through of the user interface, let's make a quick bracket. So first step is I'm going to go to Extrude Boss. Zoom out a little bit. Then I have to pick my plane that I want to extrude this from. I'm going to draw on the front plane. I just picked the center rectangle. Draw this out. Throw some dimensions on here. Again, I'm just kind of going through this pretty quickly because we'll do more in-depth tutorials on this soon. Put a hole in the middle. Alright, so that looks like a pretty good little bracket. I'm going to now exit the sketch. It's going to ask me how deep I want this bracket to be. Let's say it's going to be 1/4 inch. And there we go. I now have my first 3D model. As you can see by the asterisk right here, it's not saved yet and it's still called Part 1. So to save it, I'm going to go to File, Save, and then I'm just going to throw it on my desktop for now. Let's call this Flange 1 and save. So there we go. So that's the basics of the user interface for SolidWorks and how to work within a model. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot us an email, and we look forward to hearing your responses. Thanks. Bye.